lessons on US history. Today we're going to talk about the period of time of the early 1600s, and that discussion will cover the topic of the tribes that lived here in America at the time when the first pilgrims came. So if you look here, the topic is American colonists, and here is the picture of the pilgrims that were landing on a Plymouth Rock on December 1620. And let's move to our lesson and talk about all the details that happened at that period of time. Over 500 years ago, people from Europe began coming to North America. They had different reasons for settling here. Some groups came for political freedom, other people came for economic opportunities. Other groups, like the Pilgrims in Massachusetts, wanted to be free to practice their own religion. So here we actually have the list of major reasons why would the immigrants come to America. And these reasons are political freedom, economic opportunities, and the freedom of religion. In 1620, pilgrims came to North America from Europe. They were looking for a place to establish a colony and start their own church. At that time in Europe, rulers told people where to go to church and how to practice their religion. Life was difficult for people who had different religious beliefs from the rulers. In early America, the colonists had freedom of religion. Freedom of religion means that you can practice any religion or not practice a religion. This idea of religious freedom continues to be an important value to Americans today. So the major reason why the pilgrims came to North America in 1620 was the freedom of religion. For thousands of years before Europeans arrived, there were many tribes of American Indians living in North America. And here we have some pictures of the Native Americans that lived at the time when the pilgrims came. These tribes had different languages, customs, and belief systems. Some tribes, such as Navajo, Cherokee, and Iroquois, lived here at the time of the pilgrims. The pilgrims settled in the northeast where the Wampanoag tribe lived. The Wampanoag taught the pilgrims important skills, including how to grow crops such as corn, beans, and squash. The first winter was very hard for the pilgrims, and the Wampanoag helped them survive. Over the years, more Europeans immigrated to America and moved west. There was conflict between some American Indian tribes and the Europeans. The settlers defeated those tribes and took much of their land. Today, there are more than 500 federally recognized tribes. Each tribe has its own social and political system with different languages, beliefs, stories, music, and foods. So here I have highlighted some of the tribes that used to live at the time when the pilgrims came, and those tribes were Navajo, Cherokee, Iroquois. And one more, it's a Wampanoag, the tribe that taught the pilgrims important skills, in particular how to grow crops and so on. And right now, let's look at the series of questions that are part of your civics test if you want to pass your citizenship test. So the first one is, what is freedom of religion? And the answer, you can practice any religion or not practice a religion. What is one reason colonists came to America? And we talked about that before. So the reason is freedom of religion. The next question, who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? In other words, who lived on the US territory before the pilgrims came? And the answer is American Indians, those different tribes that we were talking about. And the last question, name one American Indian tribe in the United States. And the answer could be Cherokee, because we talked about that tribe before. Since a lot of us are immigrants to this country, let's talk about some of the questions that might apply to us. So how about you? The first question, why did you come to the United States? And one of the answers could be, I came to the USA because of my family. I wanted to improve our lives and give my children a better education. The next question, how did you feel when you first came here? And the possible answer could be, I didn't speak English, so I felt very confused and scared. After I started going to adult school, I felt relieved and happy. And the last question, what surprised you most about the United States? And the possible answer could be, I was surprised by the attitude that I've received from the local people. Everybody was very welcoming and helpful. So that's the end of our lesson. I hope you really enjoyed this lesson, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page because we are gonna be releasing more and more videos on the US history. So stay tuned and keep learning with us.